Hey, hello there. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Texas Prison Transparency Project. This is episode number 22, not counting the 4 episodes we did last month, all on parole. Those were special editions. So now, here we are with episode 22, man. Today, we're going to talk about strategies for struggle, right? Strategies for struggles. Don't we all need some of those, right? So, man, I brought back my great friend, Matt. He's here with me today, man. Man's got a lot of wisdom, good mind on him. I respect him. I look up to him, right? And so, yeah, I wouldn't bring y'all nobody that was going to give y'all any bad information. That being said, man, before we kick off, let me tell everybody happy Labor Day. Hope y'all had a beautiful and safe weekend. You know, and what this day is all about, man, is a day of rest to reap the fruits of your labors. You know, all that hard work we put in year round, you know, it's the time to be appreciative of that. Kick back, relax, and appreciate what you have, right? Always down with that, man. So with that being said, Matt, where you want to start at, brother, man? We struggle every day out here. We just have big struggles, little struggles, how we get stressed out about everything. Man, what do you think's a good starting spot for that, bro?
I think a good starting spot would be, what are you doing to better yourself? What are you doing to maintain your mind frame during those struggles? How are you maintaining your stress levels, and how are you going about your day? So what I mean by that is breaking it down thoroughly.
Yeah.
So whatever stresses is coming in your life, let's say it's a physical stress. We use workout as a tool. Let's say it's a mental stress, where we break down whatever mentally is stressing us and we dissect it, is what I would like to say. We break it down internally.
I read something about mental stress. They say that reading a book for 15 minutes reduces stress by like 60%, 65%. Yeah, that's awesome, right? Yes, reading is beautiful, man. Too many people don't do too much reading out here. Or they, you read on your phone, whatever, right? Thing is, you have to have access to information. You know, as long as you have access to information that is going to better you, that you can use to actually help you develop your own life and help you work towards the goals that you have in life, and man, that's what you need every day. That's how you nourish the mind. Remember, once before we talked about being strong in body, mind, and soul, you know, being healthy. What is health? You break down health, it just equals diet and exercise. So like I said, how do you apply that to your mind? Diet and exercise. What are you feeding your mind on a daily basis? You know, what do you wake up and open your phone or TV? What's the first thing you go to? I might not want to know that because I probably do.
But one of my biggest questions would be is, what are your daily habits and how are they affecting your life, whether negatively or positively? And those are the biggest things, because if you notice, your habits shape you, whether you notice or not.
Creatures of habit, right?
Creatures of habit. So also I would like to notice that during those times, and you change your habits, you start noticing your body changes, your mind changes, whatever's going on, it starts to change. But when you start to shape those habits into positive habits or good ways of going,
conducive to your life,
yes, they start shaping itself. You start going to the sky, man. The sky is the limit once you start changing your ways.
And then you start stacking conditions. Like, that's good, and that's going to get you, what's the word I want, propelled in this direction you want to go.
Yes.
But that's one thing. Do something else that's going to help you more. And something else that's called stacking conditions. Stack conditions in your favor as much as you are able. You mentioned good habits, your good daily habits. You know, matter of fact, it would be good for people to write down. Take about 20 minutes to yourself, private time. Write down, examine yourself, think about it. What are my good habits and what are my bad habits?
Well, let's break down the day. So you asked me, what's your daily habit? How do you go about your day? So I give you an example. When I wake up in the morning, what's the first thing that we need?
Water. Definitely.
First thing, before coffee, before your protein shake, whatever you choose to have, water. Hydrate yourself. Get your body back to normal. Get your CNS, your circular nervous system. I believe that's what it's called. Circular. If not, we'll get it right. But get your CNS back in order. Yes.
It gets everything moving in your body. Gets everything functioning.
Everything flowing, calms your body down. You're not all shaky and jittery and nervous all the time. You get anything bad flushed out. Yeah. Second thing, what's your next move? Of course, some of us go to work. It's just your daily habits. After that, what are you doing after work? Well, me, I choose to go work out or exercise. Those are my daily habits. You see how slowly they shape and form you. Once I'm finished with that, go home to your kids, read.
So he wakes up and takes care of his health, bottle of water. Then he takes care of business. Got to go to work, got to pay the bills and provide. Bills.
They come every 30 days and they aren't going to stop.
Yep. Got to provide. And then after work, taking care of his body.
Yes.
And then at home, eat a healthy meal at night, relax, and get a good night's sleep.
Then how are you finishing feeding your brain?
Exactly. That's what I was fixing to go to.
There you go.
I like inspiration in the morning time. I know everybody ain't morning people. I'm a morning person. I almost wake up happy. It's just how I am, man. I'm happy to wake up alive and have another day to be alive, especially now that I'm alive and free. I love every minute of every day.
Beautiful day. Right? Meditate.
Yes.
Meditation in the morning.
Some people, meditation will work for them. Meditation enhances your mental discipline. It helps you and teaches you to be in more control of your mind. So very valuable. I've had a hard time with it, but very valuable for those who can attain it or achieve it. I read my inspiration, and I'm still a bookworm. I still like a physical book. I don't like reading books on my phone.
Me too.
Yeah. You know how you know when you're a real bookworm?
How was that?
You like the smell of a book.
Come on.
That's weird. I know. I swear I smell a book. The pages. Yeah. Smells like knowledge.
Knowledge before you do it. Oh, that's cool.
Smells like wisdom.
Yeah.
But I like to read a little bit in the morning. That doesn't mean much. It depends on the book. You have something inspirational that you vibe with. You only need to read 5 or 10 minutes, maybe. If that, you just, okay, I got a good thought planted in my mind this morning. I got my body saying, I like to work out if I have the time, circumstances permit. I like to get a little exercise in the morning time before I go to work. That would be my preference. Depending on schedules, you got to do what you got to do. Yeah. I have gone after work also, but get a good daily routine. If you have a good daily routine, man, then it's going to build upon itself. Every day it's going to be accumulating. Think snowball effect, right? So that being said, body, mind, and soul, take care of that. He spoke about habits, right?
Habits.
Now we know we all got some bad habits, whatever they may be, right? I don't care. I'm not asking.
No,
whatever they are, you can identify them.
Everybody has some type of habit, whether it's working out, whether it's a bad habit, drinking, whatever your habit is, everybody has.
Sleeping too late, whatever.
Everybody.
Yeah. But the thing is, a lot of people think, oh, we got to just get rid of those bad habits. I learned something a while back, man. It's not that simple.
No, it's instilled in
you cannot get rid of something without replacing it with something else.
Yes.
There's no such thing as a vacuum. A vacuum does not exist in nature, right? So if you remove something, you have to replace it. You replace your bad habits by practicing a new good habit. You practice a new good habit, and whenever that becomes habituated, that pretty much takes the place of whatever bad habits you're getting rid of. See how that works? You can't just take something and not replace it. You have to replace it with something better, something that's going to help you. And how about that quote? I know you know it as well. Do something every day that your future self will thank you for, right? Yeah. Like, man, I might look back a year or two from now and, man, I'm glad I made that decision. I'm so glad I went ahead and did that. Yes.
So maybe let's jump it off with 2 focal points.
Okay, no, you're good.
Let's do like this. So strategies for struggle. Let's start with number 1. How much does discipline play a part in your strategy for struggles? I want you to really, really break it down, whether you've been incarcerated or you haven't, whatever your situation is. So whenever you're incarcerated, it's super, super disciplined. And they wonder why we prosper so much while incarcerated. And I'm not dwelling on it being a good place. I'm dwelling on it being a starting place for you to be able to take off and flourish whenever you get out, if that's your circumstance. And if not, you're already out, then you know how much discipline is key.
Yes.
And then the second thing that I would like to focus on is the people that you put yourself around and how much that influences you and who you are and who you're going to become.
Huge.
So 2 things, discipline and people you're around.
Let me touch on discipline first. I'll take them in that order. Man, discipline is one of the hardest behaviors to learn, but it also pays the greatest rewards. That should be no surprise, right? But discipline, self-discipline, it's difficult. I know a lot of people struggle, but what can motivate you and give you the strength to overcome that struggle and go ahead and commit, even when you ain't feeling it, yeah, well, I don't want to do it today.
Yeah.
How about tomorrow? I don't feel good. Whatever. What can help you through that? What helps me is I think of, like the man mentioned last week, my 5-year plan. Where do I want to be at 5 years from now? Do I want everything to be the same as it is right now? You might be in that circumstance. If so, that's great. That's beautiful. I'm trying to get there, So I'm still building. So I think if I want that life, I got one life to live. If I want that life and I want to experience that and live that, then I need to get my butt up and go do this right now, man. It's not that hard.
No.
Just get up. The hardest part is just get up and get started. Once you take the first few steps, get started, man, you're going to mow it down.
Might just be getting up and going there, like you're saying.
Just
showing up at the gym. You don't want to go, just show up.
Yeah, you're going to get
lift weights a couple of times. I guarantee you're going to keep going.
That's when you get the best workouts.
Yeah.
For real.
Discipline is key. Consistency is key.
But it's also very difficult. Right?
Yes.
Like I said, it's very hard, but it pays the greatest rewards, man.
If it was easy, we wouldn't be talking about it now.
Oh, absolutely. And like you mentioned, I didn't get a lot of discipline in prison. I mean, there is discipline imposed to an extent,
Yeah.
But I went to a military boot camp when I was young, right?
Me too.
And man, I flourished in there. I spent 18 months in there, and I was a guide arm, platoon leader, all this. I loved it. All that discipline and structure imposed upon me. I had never experienced that before in my life, and I flourished under that. I mean, I've said before, if I could change one thing, I really wish I would have went to the military when I was 17 years old, but ship sailed.
Had a different plan.
So,
Right.
Discipline and
the people that you hang around with, the people that you put yourself around with. So I have a question. It might be, I've heard this before, but who is the richest person that you know in your life, and how close are you to them? And Shannon had said something to me earlier. He's like, man, there's a saying that the people that you surround yourself with, 9 times out of 10, y'all are within the same
financial bracket.
Financial bracket.
You and all your friends, y'all are in the same financial bracket.
Or pretty close.
Pretty close. I mean, take a look at it. It's an actual statistic. They've done studies. Whereas if you befriend and get to know 3 or 4 millionaires, over time, you're probably going to be the 5th. Yeah. That's just how life works. That's another important point that I never knew about this point here when I was younger. Never heard of mentors. Didn't know what that was. What is that? Something rich people do or something? I never heard of it. I got no clue. Mentors. Yes, man. But I learned while I was in prison studying, man, request mentorship from people that you respect and admire, or people that are in a career field that you wish to be in, and they're crushing it.
Yep. On the same path that you want to go.
And befriend them, talk to them, and seek mentorship if they're willing. And if they're not, keep seeking. But a mentor can save you so much trouble, pain, struggle, heartache, money. So many mistakes they can save you, man.
Yeah, you might say, "Oh, mentorship's weak," or "I don't want to be up underneath somebody. I can do it myself." We can all do it ourselves. But how much easier, how much better is it if you have somebody that's already been through it, somebody that's already went around the bush, came back.
They already done the trial and error.
Already done it, and you don't have to fall anymore. And anytime that they fall, and they're telling you before, "Hey, man, don't do that. This is the way to go."
Yes, sir. Absolutely, man. So seek mentorship, learn, dream, grow. Come on, man. But the people you surround yourself with. Okay, so I used to think about this in prison, right? I was like, all right, man. So that being the case, then I obviously want to surround myself with successful, intelligent, career-oriented type of individuals, right? Question is, where do you go to meet them?
Very good
Hey,
question.
I asked school counselors that. I asked all kinds of people that. This stumps a lot of people. There are answers, but you got to think about it. You ain't going to meet them at the bar.
No.
You ain't going to meet them at the club.
No. You want to be in a positive environment, whether you meet them at the gym, whether you meet them at your job, or whether you meet them just here talking to you one-on-one, whatever the situation may be.
Social events, positive social events, charity events, stuff like that, grand openings of things. I mean, there's all kind of possibilities. You just have to think it through.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Use that brain. What'd you say last week? Your brain is your biggest muscle in your body.
Yeah.
Yeah, but But at the same time, how many people spend all our time working these? What are you doing for this? Yeah. This is the navigator. Matter of fact, this is you. Your mind is you. You only exist. Your identity only exists in your brain. Your
mind is stronger than your body.
Yes.
Guarantee you, your mind's going to lead your body at all times. Whether you go in nervous, whether you go in confident, that's your mind telling you.
Okay, so I got a question for you. How can men that have made parole and they're out here in the free world now, as we call it, how can we continue to nurture our mind out here? Like, say we got a job, we got to take care of all these duties and everything, obligations that we have. What method do you use? Where do you find time, or how do you continue to feed your mind, bro?
Man, like, to me, the question, how do you find time, is like a rhetorical question. How do you don't find time? When you've been incarcerated already, time is super valuable. So you learn to break it down. You learn how important it is, and you break it down to structure whatever life you're trying to live. And that's where we come in. Discipline is key. Discipline. Because us as individuals, or us that have been incarcerated, we like to do the things that we choose to do, which might not be the best things. But when you discipline yourself and put yourself in the area to be able to prosper, and the sky's the limit. And that's why we're dwelling on how much discipline is key.
That's true. Because I remember when I was in SEG, and I knew my schedule the entire day. Even though I'm locked in the cell 23 or 24 hours by myself, I still knew what I was going to do with myself every hour of the day. Because, I mean, you had to. It was part of it. That's one of the ways to protect your sanity. From this time to this time, I'm going to read. From this time to this time, I'm going to work out. I'm going to listen to that radio program at that time, your whole day. But out here, you have a lot more going on and a lot more distractions, and especially distractions. And all this social media, internet, TV, radio, just life, especially for those of us that have been incarcerated, man. We're just like, man, you should have seen the first time I went to Walmart. I think I spent over 3 hours in Walmart just because So it's easy to get distracted out here, man. We have to continue to progress. And hopefully, and I'm going to speak now to everybody that is able to actively listen out here today. Hopefully you spent some of your time on the inside preparing yourself and making you some goals, some short-term goals and some long-term goals. Thought about what you really wanted out of life. So now that we're out here on the other side of the wire, regardless of what position you're in right now, I just want to know, man, what are y'all doing today? What are y'all doing to continue the forward momentum? And how many people come out here hungry, and we start grinding and building for the first 2 or 3 years, maybe, or something, 4 or 5 years at the most. And then you just reach a point where you get stuck. You find a comfort zone or whatever, and you start to stagnate. And if you're comfortable enough, I mean, that's your choice, that's your life. But if you want to continue to progress and grow, and you want more out of life, you can have that too. You just have to put in the work. Like you said, the mental discipline. First, identify your goal. What is your dream? What is your goal? Right? I don't care how big it is, your end goal, 5-year plan, right? Where do you want to be in 5 years? And don't be scared. Dream big. Dream big. If your dreams, your goals, if they don't make you a little bit nervous, they're not big enough. If they don't scare you a bit, you're just not dreaming big enough, man. Stop shortchanging yourself.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Yeah, be bold.
They have a saying, discipline gets boring until you see the results from discipline.
Then you start loving it.
Then you start loving it.
Then you're happy about it.
That's right? Where it comes to a 5-year plan too. How important is a 5-year plan?
I believe that's super important. A lot of people talk about 1 year, 6 months.
1 year comes like that.
Yes. Like
5 years.
Yes.
How do you plan on a 5-year plan?
That's actually, I'm pretty good at goal setting. I never really solidified 5 particularly. I got, my first year, 2 years, whatever. I think I only went up to like 4 years when I got written out. And then I still need to build that out some more. I have a guideline, enough to give me direction, but I got to go back and flesh out the details. And that's something else. You don't have to do it all at once. Like, oh man, I want to sit down and write all that. It's going to take hours.
It's too much.
Be for real. Bit by bit, little by little. What we say about eating an elephant, 1 bite at a time.
When we were incarcerated, it wasn't too much. When we were incarcerated, we wanted to get out so bad and do everything we could. but now life might be too hard. It's never too hard. Don't give up.
Where's that motivation at?
That's it.
Remember that motivation we had to get out? That hunger?
Mm-hmm.
Like it was almost a desperate feeling. Matter of fact, it was a desperate feeling.
Was.
It was
all you
desperate
wanted.
as
I'll
hell.
do anything.
Dang.
Well, now that you're out,
What do you
do
do?
anything.
Yeah.
Go get it.
Smash that gas, man. And like you said, man, anybody who has gotten out, started out well, even if you didn't and then got better, whatever your story, situation, circumstances may be, reach out, holler, man. I want to know. I'm interested, man. I want to know how people are doing, because society always wants to talk about how high the recidivism rate is and how much it's just an open door policy, people in and out and all that negativity, right? Man, what about all the positive? What about all the great people that have gotten out here and done fantastic stuff? Matter of fact, we're about to begin a series that is going to be called "This is What Success Looks Like On and After Parole." And that's all you're going to see. And I promise you, I'm not going to run out of people.
No.
Week after month after year, I'm not going to run out of people. They just don't get no highlight, and I think that's an injustice. And I'm going to do whatever I can to, correct my little part of it.
And I do understand that everybody's different. So for some, it might be easy to make a plan and it might be easy to go get it. I understand that others, it's not easy and you have no clue how. So let's mentor each other. Let's help each other to be better. So if you truly don't know how, reach out. Let us help you. And if we can't help you, let us find somebody that can.
We know who can.
in every way, in every form. So let's say electrical. I'm an electrician. I'm a master electrician. How can I help you? Okay, a CDL driver. Well, I know somebody who owns a business. You see what I mean? Bro, I know somebody who's really good at helping people.
Networking.
Mm-hmm. Allow us to mentor each other. And maybe there's going to come a time where I need help and I'll reach out to you.
Let's say, as iron sharpens iron.
Man sharpens man.
Yes, sir.
We're real about it, though. We really want to help as much as we can. So to the ones that are struggling and don't know how to make a plan and you need guidance, reach out. Absolutely. And for the ones that are making it and you got it down pat, reach out too, because we want to learn exactly how you're doing it. And maybe we might be able to switch it up or learn something from you. Yes. You never stop learning.
Never. You stop learning, you die. Pretty much. Speaking of that, man, check this here out, man. I am super stoked, super excited about this. I'm going to just throw it out there briefly right now because we're speaking on networking and helping each other. Check it out. We're starting this week, Tuesday, the September the 2nd, parole support group. Anybody that is on parole or ever been on parole, man, it's going to be a Zoom conference meeting room. The link's going to be in the information. Just look on the website, look at the link, click on it. It'll put you right in the studio. Tuesday night, 6:30. Anybody that's on parole, ever been on parole, right? This is going to be a men's group because it's going to be for us, so we can sit in there and talk to each other freely and comfortably, just like we know each other, man. You know what I'm saying? We all know where we've been. You know how we talk to each other, how we share with each other. I want everybody to be in their comfort zone and just for us to just help each other build. So that's coming this week as well, man. Network and help, man. Build on each other, sharpen each other. Yeah. Let's get it done, man. We don't never want to see the inside of a prison, at least not in stripes. No. Maybe going back in to speak to some of the fellas soon.
Going in,
got that opportunity.
Sure. Yes.
But yes, man, set your goals, dream big. You have to apply the discipline. That's going to be the hardest part every day, applying that discipline. But whenever you're thinking in the morning or whenever, like, man, I really don't feel like doing this. Man, think about how much you desire that life that you're dreaming of in 5 years. Think about how much you want that. And if your desire is stronger than your, what would you call that? Lack of discipline, stronger than your, what's the word? Lethargy. Yeah. You want to be lazy. If your desire is stronger than that, then your desire will win out. But if it doesn't, you know what that means?
And if it doesn't, then I guarantee, watch 5 years pass and you're going to look back and be like, man, I should have just made a plan then. 5 years already passed. And I say that from experience. So I work with guys in electrical and you have 4 years to become a journeyman. Just an example. Well, in 4 years, the time's going to come to take your test. Well, 4 years is going to pass and other people aren't never going to take the test.
Yeah.
So be different.
Be different.
Be different.
Yes. 4 years that took? Yeah. Okay, check this out. I don't want to put you out there, brother, man, but we pretty much talked about it last week. Man, you see somebody like my boy Matt here. comes out of prison, ain't never done electrical work before. Ain't never wired up anything but some other people, maybe. But what you call it, man? The man has been out 7, almost 8.
Yes.
The man has a master electrician. Come on, man. How do you see people like this who it seems like they've done so much in such a short period of time, but that's only because he prepared himself. Before he got out, he did this work. He applied this discipline, and he was about as ready as he could be from the inside. So when he stepped out, the man went to work. The man applied the discipline, and 7 years later, the man is a master electrician. Beautiful family, land. Man, the man is an inspiration. I learn daily from this man, and many of you can too. It should never be a pride thing.
No.
I can look at somebody like this and freely respect and admire them, and definitely listen to their advice.
Yeah.
If anybody has a problem with that, man, it's something you need to work on. Because there's always going to be somebody else.
Always.
So, all right. So we do all this. We get out here, and you got to walk it out. And then from there, where you want to head, man? What you got for us?
Really, I just want to focus on, we've already done discipline and we've done the people you put yourself around. I want to focus on mentorship. I want to focus on how important it is, and I want to focus on your pride. So sometimes
Big one.
we don't want to reach out because we don't want to look like we need help. Well, I believe in this world, everybody needs help in some type of way. It's just whether or not you're willing to receive help. Now, how do we receive help? That was the biggest question. How do we put ourselves around those type like-minded people? Well, first it starts with networking. Second, it starts with actually putting yourself forward, actually putting yourself out there. So my biggest thing right now is us two reaching out to y'all and saying, hey, man, if y'all ever need anything, and I mean anything, it doesn't matter if you just need to call and say, hey, man, I just need to talk to you. How?
I get those calls.
Let's do it. That's my biggest focus right now. I want to be able to help the ones that are struggling, and even the ones that aren't. If you already got it down packed, you come help us that are struggling.
Real, man. Just because you're an ex-convict, felon, whatever you want to call it, that stuff don't have to hold you down, brother. Not in today's world. No. There's all kind of doors open. Yeah, there's plenty of doors closed, truly. But at the same time, man, there's options, there's possibilities. You don't have to settle for a type of life that you don't want to settle for. You can achieve almost anything. There's going to be requirements for it. You either want it enough or you don't. That's what it boils down to. Mentorship. Like I said, people think like, where do I get a mentor from? Where do I find somebody that's going to teach me this, or that I can apprenticeship under? Like, I had to ask all these questions because I didn't know. I went to prison. I got arrested at 17 years old. I didn't have the life experience to figure none of this stuff out. So I had to figure it out at 42 and 43 years old when I got out of prison.
It's never too late.
Right? No, it's not. It's definitely not. But like I said, coaching and mentorship cannot be stressed enough. People that have already been through it, man, seek their help, seek their advice. I did so last night. I had a phone call last night with a man that I respect and admire, who's been out of prison like 20 years. And I asked him if he would mentor me, for sure. Because there's a lot of stuff I can learn from that man.
Yes.
So, you just can't be too big to ask. I'm a man. I don't need nobody. No, come on, brother.
And put yourself around successful people. That's where it comes around like-minded people.
Yes, sir. Yes, follow what works. They've already found out the mistakes. Any other big points you want to touch on today?
No, I just wanted to come on with a short, sweet note for everybody and let you know that we're here for you.
That's the biggest message, man. If you're unsure, you're struggling, like I said, my contact information's out there. You can get in contact with him through me. And like I said, we're going to start the parole support group this Tuesday. It's going to be every other Tuesday, 6:30. He said we'll post it and put the link out there. Y'all want to just chop it up, man, help each other, build together. Man, come on in, man. We need y'all. We want y'all. Yep. We want everybody to win.
Whether you're struggling or not struggling, whether you're successful right now and you're at the top of your highest limit, wherever you are in life, come on. Let's talk about it. Let's help each other.
Always climb a little higher, grow a little more.
Always.
It never stops.
Never stop. And the way that you keep climbing higher is through people. Somebody's always going to help you.
Yes,
Always.
absolutely. Social creatures.
Social creatures.
Yes, sir. So let's build together. Let's grow together, right? That's the
Happy
goal.
Labor
That's the
Day.
dream. Happy Labor Day, everybody. Hope y'all had a clean, safe weekend and nobody's in jail.
Stay blessed.
Love y'all. Stay free.